Hey, Leafs fans. Today we've got one of those updates that'll make anyone perk up their ears. Mitch Marner and the rumors that just won't stop swirling. It even gives you that little pit in your stomach, right? After all, we're talking about one of our star players, and his future is stirring up emotions among fans and experts alike. So, let's break down what these rumors could mean, not just for Marner, but for the Toronto Maple Leafs as a whole. Spoiler, there's a lot at stake here. But before we dive into the details, here's a friendly reminder. If you love keeping up with all things Leafs, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss a thing. Your support is what makes this community so amazing, and we want to keep bringing you the best updates on our team. Now let's get into it. Summer has barely begun, and the rumors surrounding Mitch Marner are already heating up. From, could he be heading to the Golden Knights? To, is Utah hockey an option? The internet can't stop buzzing. But amidst all this chatter, the big question remains. What's really going on behind the scenes with the Leafs? For starters, Marner is entering the final year of his 6-year, $65.41 million contract. And of course, that's a big deal. Toronto's salary cap is already tight, with a negative margin of $1.069.667 adding to the challenge. To make things more complicated, young talent Nick Robertson is also on the radar with hopes for a new deal. All of this makes Marner's situation even more delicate. Now, let's talk about the hottest rumor, the Vegas Golden Knights eyeing Marner. They're on the lookout for a star to pair with Jack Eichel, especially after losing Jonathan Marchessault. Losing a guy who scored 42 goals is a tough blow, and the pressure to bring in someone like Marner is huge. But can Vegas actually pull off landing our star? Here's some good news for Leafs fans. In a recent interview, Marner made it clear that his priority is staying in Toronto. He said flat out, "My goal is to stay with the Maple Leafs. I love this team, I love this fan base." Phew, right? That definitely brings some relief for us, but it also leaves Vegas fans waiting anxiously. So, how do you feel knowing Marner wants to stay in Toronto? Feeling confident? On the flip side, the Golden Knights are in a financial mess. The team is more than $3 million over the salary cap, making any big moves tricky. They might bring in Victor Olofsson to boost their offense, but thinking about Marner right now seems complicated. Can they find a way to make room for a player of his caliber? To make things worse, goalie Robin Lehner hasn't yet cleared his medicals, and without the $5 million he represents in LTIR, long-term injury reserve, the Golden Knights are low on options. With so many issues to solve, the possibility of a Marner trade feels even more distant. Then there's Jack Eichel, who's also got a big contract nearing its end. All these factors combined make any deal involving Marner look increasingly unlikely. So, here's the big question. Is it really worth giving up such a key player in exchange for an uncertain future? Back to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Even if an immediate extension with Marner doesn't happen, things could still get tricky. With other players like Robertson needing new deals and the salary cap crunch, fans are going to be on edge. And if Marner actually leaves? What do you think should happen next? This whole saga surrounding Mitch Marner and the potential trades with the Golden Knights makes us all think about the future of our team. The NHL is a league where stars shine, but is it really worth losing such an important piece? Marner is more than just a great player. He's part of the identity of the Toronto Maple Leafs. And his desire to stay with us is something that should be taken seriously. But then there's the harsh reality of the salary cap. The Leafs are at a crossroads where they'll have to balance keeping their stars with managing the team's finances. And that's a situation many NHL teams face. In the end, what's more important? Holding on to a star or making sacrifices to balance the books? What's at stake here isn't just Marner's future, but also what he represents for the team and its fans. If he stays, it's a clear sign that he believes in this team's potential. If he leaves, it completely changes the team's dynamic, and that's going to impact the relationship between the fans and the club. At the end of the day, Mitch Marner's situation is a reminder of how uncertain the hockey world can be and how every decision can change everything. So, what do you think should happen? Should Marner stay and fight for a new contract, or would it be better for him to explore new opportunities? We'd love to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to leave a comment, like the video, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any chapter of this story.